Now, our second day of constructions, we're gonna take a look. It says construct the line segment through the given point parallel to the given line segment. Okay, so I'm looking at our notes right now. Again, I'm gonna be looking at our notes first, and then I'm gonna show you guys using our homework. Okay, so construct a line segment. So we talked about yesterday, we did line segments. They look like lines and parallel to the given line segment. It has to go through the point given. Okay, so what do I expect? Well, what's expected here? So let's say, just for us to have an idea, question number 7, I see a line segment, I see a point. I'm expecting a line that goes through the point. That's not quite up a line, but expect a line that goes through the point that is parallel to this. So this is my final product, kind of what I expect. Now we're not going to freestyle. I'm just showing you guys what we need, what we expect. I'm gonna show you guys in a minute how to do it, but just for us to know what's the final thing. Okay, so that's not bad. Question number 9 and 10 on our notes. Construct a perpendicular bisector of each. Okay, perpendicular means it crosses at 90 degrees. So it makes like a cross. So my intersections, they make like a cross. So it's gonna look something like this. They cross at 90 degrees. Now, bisector means in the middle of each. So I see a line segment here. I'm gonna have to find somewhere in the middle, well, not somewhere, exactly in the middle. I'm gonna draw a segment that looks like this, and it looks like 90 degrees. Again, we're not gonna freestyle. We're not gonna freestyle. I will give you 0 points for freestyling. I'm just showing you what's the final product, what we expect. But I'll be showing you guys the steps as we go. Okay, so this is what we're expecting. So that's not bad. Looking at question number 11 and 12 from our notes, we're going to construct a line segment perpendicular to the segment given through the point given. So perpendicular, so 90 degrees through that point. So question number 11 and 12, I'm expecting, you guys see how the point is on the line. So I'm expecting it to go somewhere like this. So 90 degrees. Question number 13 and 14. You guys see my point for number 13? I'm expecting to go some like this. Again, it has to go through the point and make a 90-degree angle. I'm gonna represent my 90 as a little box. That's what we're expecting. Again, we're not gonna freestyle. We're not gonna freestyle. We're actually going to do it. So let's practice using our homework. I'm gonna go continue without signing in. Please use your whole name first and last. In my case, I'm gonna go Mr. Leonzo. I'm gonna go. As you guys can see on the top right now when it opens, it says 1 of 8. So there's 8 assignments I'm gonna do. Remember how we were doing 4 constructions, but we're gonna do 2 of each. So for the first one, construct a line segment through the given point perpendicular to the given line segment. Okay, perpendicular, so 90 degrees. So I want a line that goes through this point and crosses the other one at 90 degrees. What I'm going to do as a reminder, what we did on the previous assignment, I can drag my point, my ruler, my straight edge. Using these points, I can move it along. My compass, as long as I grab the sides, so either this side or this other side, or even from the top, oh no, not just the sides, I can move my compass around. If I use the top, it creates an arc. It just doesn't draw anything. It just shows me the movement. Just shows me. I draw nothing. To open the compass, there's 2 endpoints here. I can move either this point or this other point. So that's how I'm gonna open the compass. And to do mark it, I'm gonna grab it from the pencil. So there's my arc. If I change my arc, my compass, you see? Okay. I don't need to do this, so I'm gonna notice how I click on my eraser to erase stuff. I'm gonna click on my pen if I want to draw something. See, I draw something. Let me erase that again. And I'm gonna click on this move tool. my cursor if I want to move things. Okay, so now that we know, what we're going to be doing is my compass. One of my points, I'm going to put it right on this point, the point given. So right on it. My other point, I'm going to do it past the line. So not on the line, past the line. So I put my point there, and then I'm going to create an arc. I want an arc such that I cross my line segment twice. Now, what if, let me do something here. What if I open my compass too much? Let me show you guys what I mean with too much. Because we said it has to be there and then here. What if I open my compass too much? That when I do my crossing, I cross the segment only once, not there. Now, if that was to happen, what I will need you guys to do is extend the line segment. The line segment that was given, that can always be extended. So I'm going to grab my ruler to go with it. I'm going to grab my pen and I'm going to extend it. In reality, what I need is I need to cross the line segment twice. I need to see the two intersections. You guys see them? Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my compass at one of the intersections. You guys see that point? Let me move this point out of the way right now. So this point at one of the intersection. When I say intersection is the point where the line segment and my arc cross. Now, I expect my final line. I'm gonna freestyle it right now. I'm gonna freestyle my line for right now. I'm gonna erase it in a minute. I expect my line to go somewhere over here, right? In reality, this line crosses in the center. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna grab my pencil. I'm gonna grab this point and not where I need it to go. I'm actually gonna go past it. So you guys see how I went past it. Now let me erase the marking that I did. Because like I said, we're not gonna freestyle. So I did here and I did my segment more and I wanna do a big arc. Keeping the same aperture of the compass. So don't change the compass. Move the compass to the other endpoint. You guys see here? I put it on the other endpoint. Don't change the aperture of the compass. Instead, make a big arc. Now, as a matter of fact, I could have gone like this, right? I could have gone there. Let me move my arcs. Now, you guys see the two intersections of the arcs that I made. You guys see my two intersections? So I'm going to grab a ruler. And I'm going to connect the two intersections. Now, if one of you guys might be lost, like, what does Mr. Leonzo mean with intersections? I mean the point where the two arcs cross. So let me move my ruler out of the way. I mean, I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. I mean this point, right? You see where my two arcs cross? And I mean this other point. You see where my two arcs cross? That's what I mean with intersections. Those 2 points, that's what I'm connecting. So let me remove that. I just put it so you guys will see it. So I'm gonna grab my ruler, connecting my two intersections. I grab my pen, close to my ruler, and there. Grab my cursor so you guys can see. There, I did. My two black line segments go through the point. Now, am I gonna, the best thing is that it goes through the center of the point. That's the best, that's the idea. Are we gonna be off a little bit? We will. We will. If we do it on paper with by hand, we will be off a little bit. Okay. Am I gonna take points off because you're off a little? No, I'm not. You're fine. Now, if you're off too much, then yeah. If you're freestyle, then yeah, I take points off on that. Okay. So we constructed a line segment through the given point. So that means it goes through the point perpendicular. So I mean it crosses a 90 degrees, the other line segment. Good. That was not bad. You guys will have to do an example number two, the same thing. Now let's take a look at here. Construct a line segment through the given point. So it has to go through that point perpendicular to the given line segment. So crosses the 90 degrees. Okay. Now what are we going to do? We're going to put our compass. Notice how there was the point, and you see how this endpoint on my compass, I put it right on the point. Now this other compass, I'm gonna close it a little because I need to be able to touch the line segment twice. So I'm just gonna draw an arc such that, let me move my compass out of the way, such that I cross my line segment twice. Okay, so now, so what do I mean? Again, what do I mean with intersection? You see these 2 points. I'm going to mark it here. These 2 points. I'm going to put my arrows there. You see how the line segment and the arc cross. So I did two intersections. So that's what I needed. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my arc, my compass, I mean, and I'm going to put this point that doesn't have a pencil, I'm going to put it in one of my intersections. Now this point with the pencil, don't put it at the point in there. Instead, go past it. Okay. So one end of my compass, I put at the intersection, and then my pencil, I went past it. Now let me grab my pencil here. I'm gonna create an arc. Don't change the aperture of the compass. Just move this point to the other intersection and then create a big arc. So what did I do? I centered the compass at my intersection. So again, I had these points and I put from the compass, the side that doesn't have a pencil, I put him there, and then I created two arcs. Now, these arcs that I just created came out with two new intersections. Here's one, and here's the other one. You guys see? You guys see my intersections? Now, I'm going to grab my ruler. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna grab my pen and there. There you go. Now this line segment goes through the point that was given originally, and it crosses the other segment at 90 degrees. That's what we were supposed to do. So we're good. We're good on that one. Question number 4 is pretty much the same instructions, just different point. You guys can do that on your own. Question number 5, construct a perpendicular bisector to the given line segment. A perpendicular means 90 degrees. Bisector means in the middle. I only see the two endpoints. What I'm going to do, I'm going to grab from the compass, the point that doesn't have the pencil, I'm going to put in one endpoint. Now I have an idea where the middle is. Roughly about here. Roughly. Somewhere around there. Because I have a rough idea where the middle is. What I'm going to do, let me open my pencil to more than half. And then I'm going to create an arc. A big arc. Because I want it to be seen on top and the bottom. Let me zoom out. You guys see? You guys can zoom out. Now, keeping the same aperture here, let me move my compass to this other endpoint with the pencil. Don't change the aperture of the compass. With the pencil, I'm gonna go like this. Now, I just created two intersections. The two intersections that I mean is here, there's one, and here, there's another one. You don't have to draw these points. I'm just drawing them so we can see them. Okay, that's it. I'm just drawing them so we can see them. Now let me grab my ruler. I'm gonna click on here in the cursor, click on my ruler. I just need to connect those 2 points. Out there, connected my 2 points. Let me grab my drawing tool, my pen, and there we go. Remove my ruler. That's how it's supposed to look. So 90 degrees right through the middle. Now this is a very, very important construction because not only created something at 90 degrees, but because it goes through the middle, I can find, so let me just mark this right here. This point, you don't have to mark it again, but this point is the point in the middle of my segment. Very, very important. We're going to use that later on. Okay, so that's not bad. You guys should be able to do number 5 and number 6, construct a perpendicular bisector. So that's not bad. Now the last construction is construct a line segment through the given point. So it has to go through the given point parallel. So that means it crosses, but the lines don't cross. So a line through the point, but my lines do not cross. Okay, this is what we're going to do. There's many ways how to do this. I'm gonna, my compass, one of my endpoints, the endpoint that doesn't have a pencil, I'm gonna put it there. And then here, the other endpoint, I'm gonna go past my line segment. Move my ruler out of the way. So I'm gonna go past my line segment and then let me do an arc right here. I have 2 intersections, right? Doesn't matter which one you choose. Now, for the rest of the construction, don't change the aperture of your compass. Don't change it. So I'm gonna put it at one of the intersections. It doesn't matter which of the 2 intersections you choose. I'm just gonna put it on this intersection, and then I'm gonna create an arc. I just created a new intersection, so I'm gonna move it here to this point, and I'm gonna create an arc up here. Now this arc, I have an idea where my line segment's gonna go because it's parallel. I have an idea somewhere here. Make sure it is where you expect the line to go. I'm gonna bring my line here, my point. I'm gonna center at the point given. Notice I'm dragging it from the sides, and then I'm gonna do a big arc right here. Now I just created this intersection, so I'm gonna bring my ruler. Where's my ruler? Down here. My ruler is actually not that free to move. I'm just gonna connect that. And I just did 2 segments. There was a segment given, but I created a new segment and my 2 segments are parallel. Not only parallel, but the segment that I created goes through the point given. Okay, there you go. Question 7 and 8. You guys are going to do the same thing. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me.